Hello, welcome to another Trinity Teachings. This is Lesson 8, Ghosts and Spirits. Okay, first off, you're probably wondering why I'm talking about this. First off, yes, I know it seems a bit out of order, but anyway. I'm talking about this because, well, Wiccans and Wiccados, magic can attract things. And sometimes you're already moving to a house of ghosts, or you might not even know it. And sometimes you might accidentally release them or make them move. Basically, let's just say ghosts and spirits are something we run into in the craft. So it's best that, plus I admit, when you're a witch or Wiccan and all that, you will probably be curious and sometimes probably seek these things out. For example, I know I do. For years, I've always been interested in ghosts and spirits. Probably piss my pants if I see one. But when it comes to, there's times where I still think there's something in the other room. Keep hearing noises. Anyway. Spirits and stuff like that are a common thing in Wicca. Spirits we actually will probably invoke and stuff. Ghosts, on the other hand, we won't invoke. But, just learning about them is something that everybody, I think, should do. You can learn about local haunts around your town. Some towns don't have many. And I don't know what's making that noise in there, but quit it. Sorry. I keep hearing noises in the other room. Sounds like footsteps. And I swear there's something in this house, but I don't know what it is, and it's getting on my nerves. Anywho, back to where I was. Let's see. This book is called Mysteries, an Investigation into the Occult, Paranormal, and Supernatural by Colin Wilson. An interesting book. I have yet to read the entire thing. It is pretty thick, and as I've talked about before, sitting down and paying attention is very difficult for me. Anyway, this book talks about paranormal investigation and all that. First off, being a Wiccan, you don't have to search into this thing, but I have to admit, you may run into things like this. I admit also, they may kind of seek you out. Not that they will come to you, but say somebody you know knows of the fact that you're in the craft and all that, and a lot of times they'll associate those things together. And say they run into a haunting spirit, you will automatically be the first one they talk to. So, yeah. This book is an investigation into it. I mean, it'd probably be good to read into this, learn more about them. There's other books on the specific subject. Let's see. I think. I forget what book it was I had that talked about this. In psychic development, like tarot reading, runes, and all that, you can actually use those things to contact spirits and that. Like if your house that's known to be haunted, you can use them to use your cards to try to communicate with them, or rune stones, or different types of certain divination you can talk to them. Tarot and rune stones, I would have to say, are probably the best ones I'd have to think of. A woman actually, I knew in the past from the working group on Facebook. She actually used to talk to a spirit in her father's home. She said that he was always hungry, but she used her tarot cards to do so. I'm not exactly sure how entirely. I think she just asked questions and she just pulled the card and yeah, but I never actually asked how full she does it. But anyway, when it comes to the game of spirit, you can do it in a number of different ways through the cards and runes, but those are a good way for those who aren't really psychic. Let's see what else. This book here, this one, Royal Ghosts, Restless Spirits, and Haunted Places by Brad Steiger, something like that. Anyway, this book talks about different haunted places and different ghost stories throughout the country. So actually, I mean, it's a good book to probably look into because who knows, your town or place might be in here. Grant, it's mostly big cities it talks about. For example, let's see, Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, Tucson, Arizona, Seattle, Washington, St. Louis, Missouri, Toronto, Ontario, Canada, San Francisco, California, Savannah, Georgia, San Diego, California, San Antonio, Texas, New Orleans, Louisiana, obviously, Portland, Oregon, Salt Lake City, Utah, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Louisville, Kentucky, Los Angeles, California, Indianapolis, Indiana, Kansas City, Missouri, Laredo, Texas, Laredo, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, Gainesville, Florida, Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, obviously, again, Houston, Texas, El Paso, Texas, Chicago, Illinois, Cincinnati, Ohio, Colorado Springs, Colorado, Dearborn, Michigan, Boston, Massachusetts, Burlington, Vermont, Calgary, Alberta, Canada, Baltimore, Maryland, Bakersfield, California, Albuquerque, New Mexico, Asheville, North Carolina, and Anchorage, Alaska. I might add, I kind of went to that list backwards when it came to alphabetical order. Sorry, it was running. Anyway, back to where I was. Oh, one moment, I have my student or to do something. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I had to take a little intermission there, but anyway. But there's a lot of different hauntings, and this is just big cities. I mean, there's other places that have their own lore, mythology, and all that. So you can always look into it and look about haunted houses in the area. I don't suggest you just walk right into one. Plus, it's probably difficult to do so. But seeking them out, you can do, but I don't suggest it. There's something I'm about to show you, and it might be what's annoying me. I don't know. First off, what I'm about to show you, I don't suggest or recommend you go out and use. There's right ways and wrong ways to use this object. It can bring problems if you're not careful with it. The one I'm about to show you has never been used. I bought it just for the fact of having it, because I've always wanted one. I don't use it, so, yeah. A Ouija board. First off, yes, I know, people have probably heard a lot of bad things about these things. I admit, they do have their things, only if used wrong. And honestly, I don't see much threat from this, because this is cardboard and this is plastic. Granted, it probably could do some damage if I wasn't using it right. Honestly, I've never used one. Never really planned to. I found it online a while back. Someone was selling it. She apparently bought it not knowing what it was. And she opened it. That's all she did. Puts the little... Because there's like a little point that comes with it. Apparently you don't... The felt doesn't come on the ends of the pointers, but you put the felt on it. Apparently someone told her what it was, therefore she wanted to sell it. And does something about it. So, yeah. I mean, they can be used as like a seance tool to use them, but first off, I do believe some things could come about them if you use them, but I really suggest you be careful. If you really want to use one, be careful. I really suggest it. It's a door, and it's a two-way door. You may be able to look in, and they can come out. And sealing it back is not an easy thing to do. Like I've probably said once before, never invoke what you cannot banish. Granted, you don't know what you can banish until you invoke it. But I don't suggest you just start invoking things to go and see what you can banish. You know what I mean? It's a bad idea. Let's see, what else? I know in party games and stuff like this, and you probably heard tales of things going wrong with those. Well, first off, seeking out spirits just to talk to them with it. I mean, like, for example, just using it and saying, oh, spirits, talk to me in this random place. That could be opening a floodgate for something you don't want. Because you know what's floating around out there. Going to a place that you know is haunted. You know a spirit lies, and you can use that to talk to them. I admit, probably not a good idea to steal, even if you know what's there. I suggest against using them. And I admit, there's probably those ones, like, you've probably seen the fancy ones. I know I've seen them. One's made of solid wood. One's made of glass or marble and stuff like that. There's really fancy ones out there. They make a good centerpiece, a good conversation starter. But in this one is just one made by Parker Brothers, I do believe. Yeah, Parker Brothers made this. The way they market it is more like a guess, like a question asking game. For example, on the back here, let's see, sample questions they have. Will my parents let me go to the concert? What should I wear? Does Tommy know I like him? Who told him? Will I pass my history test? What grade will I get? Will I ever be tall enough to slam dunk? How tall will I be? First off, I would not ask a Ouija board such a question. And second of all, I don't know who came up with this box design that, but they are not that bright. And I'm not saying Ouija boards, and no matter what shape, incarnation, form they take, they could probably cause problems if you're not using them right, or if you just use them recklessly. Why? I do know one example. A friend of mine in the past came to stay at my house for a sleepover. Him and another friend, my friend Eric, who I talked about before, and I was my cousin. My friend Jeff's the one who came over. He had no clue whatsoever what he was doing. You know what he did? He took a big piece of cardboard and made a makeshift Ouija board. That just, I mean, he got the letters and numbers and all that right, but he also had a bunch of stupidity symbols. I don't think it actually had any power. And we didn't use an actual normal indicator on it. What we did was we took one of my fake glass crystal necklaces and hovered above it and used it as lettering. What we really did is we spelled out things to fuck with him. There's a really good chance. I never actually touched the thing. Actually, Eric did all of it. If I remember. I don't remember actually doing it, so I think so. Some weird things did come about. For example, I don't remember exactly what we were asking him, but he said something about wolf bijous outside of my house at the time. We went outside. It was like light powder snow, you know? It had snowed. So we're just walking around. Well, there's a field next to my house at the time. There were footprints. I mean, like dog-looking footprints in it. Problem was, there was two right dog footprints, a front right leg and back right leg, and there was a front left leg and a front back left leg over here. And it looked like it combined as one and became like the theory we stupidly came up with was two half dogs walked and came together and made one dog. I know, really, really dumb thing to say, I have to admit, but what can you do? What else? I'm trying to think. Well, another issue, which actually, this one's not involving a Ouija board of any sort, but it is invoking spirits. And trying to invoke them is not a game. Things can happen. Even if you're stupid and don't know what you're doing, you could cause issues. Another issue, this one I took from my friend Eric's house, but yet again, Jeff was the cause of this. We were all sitting at Eric's house. Jeff thinks I don't know what he thinks he was doing, but he had this big fake gaudy medallion, which was plastic from I think a Halloween costume, and it had a pentacle on it, and like a fake redstone in the center. He constantly thought, I don't know what he thought we were doing. He took the thing, put it on a table, put 2 candles by it, lit them, and started talking in gibberish, really, but he said it was tongues, but I know it was gibberish. Anyway, and I don't know why, but we stupidly decide, why not, let's humor him. Shut the lights off and sat there with him. We didn't say a word, but we sat there with him. Okay, first off, my friend Eric's house. His grandmother died there, so her spirit's there. I do believe his grandfather is there too, I can't remember. I know his grandmother is. And untold cats and dogs throughout the years, because his family's lived there for some time. Therefore, that was not a good idea. We started hearing in the basement, which is where a lot of spiritual activity takes place. We started hearing noises down there, in the garage where a skull of an albino deer that his uncle killed is. And we started hearing noises from there. Upstairs, where countless stuffed deer heads are. Let's say we started hearing noise from everywhere. The basement, the garage, and the upstairs. We were in the living room, and we were actually beginning to freak out. Our reaction was to run outside and sit on the front porch. Which we did for a little bit. With the constant noise we kept hearing inside. While we were yelling at Jeff for his stupidity, we also noticed that he left the medallion on the table. Because he didn't have it with him. At least that's where he said he left it. Well, we searched in the morning to find the thing because we were going to take it away from him because we thought he took it outside. It wasn't on him. Sounds inside to cool down. We went inside, turned the lights on. Well, he said he left it in the middle of the table. It was gone. We searched the entire house. We could not find it. So we do believe they took it from him because he was doing stupid things with it. So, yeah, I admit, spirits have power. and you should not fool with them and not invoke ghosts and spirits and like that unless you know what you are doing or you're trained. So just a what's what I'm looking for? General hint, warning. Be careful what you do. Don't be foolish. Don't screw with the Ouija board. That's if you don't know what you're doing, and don't fuck with it. So, I think that's about all I've got. So, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Comments, questions, all that in the question below bar. So until next time, thank you for watching. I hope you keep reading and keep learning. Until next time, ta-ta.